I recognize that I don't fit in to the world, especially of the, dare I say, the more organized of the Republican folks. That's why I'm not a Republican. But I know politics, and I know strategy, and I know psychology. And I know what would be the most important thing for the Trump, well, not really Trump, but for Republicans to do, they can't do. Let me give you an example. 30-year-old, whatever, Tyler Cherry, appointed as the new associate White House communications, whatever. How much do you want to bet he replaces Karine Jean-Pierre? How much do you want to bet? Right now. Right now. They normally move people out. I'm surprised she's been there this long. Normally they kind of recycle. She's done a very good job in saying nothing. She's the best at saying nothing. She can act confused, and as she sits there and goes through her book, everybody does that. Even Kayleigh McKinney did that for a while. They go through the book, as you're saying. Yes, what's the capital of, hang on a minute, let me go through this. Capital of Minnesota? Just a minute. And they just, as you're, it's a way she veers away from the attention, especially when Ducey gives her a hard time. Are you telling me the president is competent enough? Mm-hmm. Yeah. You say something there? You say something there, Petey? I'm sorry, I'm busy. I'm going through my book. She's great at that. Or she does this reaction like, I don't know, maybe it could be, I don't know, I'd hard to say. It's kind of like a Jackie Mason. She's actually excellent. She says nothing. She's great. Seriously. Everybody goes crazy. They keep sending Ducey in there for these big moments. She's still standing. She's standing. You didn't get her. I said that line from Raging Bull. You didn't knock me down, Ray. You didn't knock me down. Guess who they're going to replace her with? Tyler Cherry. No, I don't have. Nobody's confirmed this. But why is that important? Simple. To drive the Republicans nuts. They will blow up online. They are, every troll, they went berserk. After Rachel Levine, oh my God. And I was saying, let it go. They're setting you up. Because Republicans react. They just react to everything. They don't act. They react. And they go crazy with that mean that they're... They should have just said, fine. I'm sure Ms. Levine will do a wonderful job. Now, let's move on. The Democrats wouldn't know what to do. What was that? They didn't react? No. Are you sure? Did they know about Levine? No. Why didn't they react? Let's put another picture out. Maybe they didn't notice. Oh, they noticed. They didn't react. Now, while it's important and why a lot of us get a big kick out of this, and, Libs of TikTok does their thing, and, and Mr. Cherry may have said some terrible things about the police and whatever. We have about 135 or so days of the election. Who cares? Don't say anything. But they're going to do it. You know that they're going to say, it's time to go. Karine, great, I'm out of here. Thank you. Terrific. Bring in Tyler. They'll go crazy. The attention, the distraction. And Mr. Taylor, could you wear a dress? Think I'm kidding? You think I'm kidding? It's not the Biden administration, but these folks are great at just driving you nuts. Remember the bald-headed feller who was stealing, stealing clothes from luggage carousels? You went berserk over that one. You went crazy. That was genius. It's like, well, what are you going to do? You got to look into it. When Biden had these The first week, there was this fellow, the first week of the administration, he had long fingernails and he was, whatever they do. They're perfect. They just pull you right out. They just drive you crazy. And the thing to do is not to say anything. So what? It doesn't matter. They treat you like a cat with that little pen light. They just keeps doing it and you keep running after it. He's going to be the next Karine Jean-Pierre. I predict. It's perfect. And if I could go one step further, wear a dress. You can say, you know what? Mr. Cherry does a good job. Look how these Republicans, these hate mongers are trolling him and giving him a hard time merely because he has the honesty and the integrity to be what he wants to be. Isn't that an army or be all that you can be? See, this is the mentality of the Republicans. This is what they are. They're filled with hate. And then you'll go crazy. You'll go after that. And you'll be talking about that. And meanwhile, guess what's going to happen? Two things. First, and I have to say this, Republicans are also falling for this thing about demanding a drug test of Biden. You need a drug test for Biden? You need a drug test? You're looking at him and you need a drug test? What? You need a drug test? I mean, I'm no toxicology expert, but he, as we say in West Tampa, is halal. He's waxed, gooned, gone, arrebatado, gone, shingad. He's out of it. You don't need a test. And if the test comes out positive, I don't know how good a urine test is going to do, but if it comes out positive for Adderall, that's bad news for Adderall because Adderall apparently doesn't work. What difference does it make? President Biden should say, I will not allow this man to face the indignity of having to urinate in a cup to prove he's on drugs. What next? We believe in the Constitution. We were the same ones who got upset when people demanded that we take vaccines and know about our vaccine records and you've got to have a vaccine. Do you have your card? Did you take your vaccine? Did you get a jab? Are you on drugs? Are you this? Did you ever go to what's next? You ever been to a psychiatrist? If Bobby Kennedy were to run, man with a heroin habit in the old days, is he going to be asked to pee into a cup as well, or demand? Are you going to any kind of 12-step program? Are you seeing any psychiatric help? What next? We're supposed to be the ones who are behind, the Constitution, and that's wrong. But when it comes to Biden, we look the other way. What's the matter with this? This is why I'm not a Republican. I don't react. I think. I know exactly what not to react to. And when it comes to the debate, what Trump should say is, I insist that whatever we can do to accommodate the president, we will do it. And if you want to sit down, please, I'm not going to object. You sit down. No, please. That does more than this nonsense. Don't talk about making. Of course he takes a drug test. Of course he does. You're winning. Let me leave you with this one. You know what the real problem is going to be? You know what keeps me up late at night, so they say? It's all of the surprise voters who are going to show up. And they're going to say, we're not cheating. We have 1 million new voters, 1 million new Democrats. That's why they're here. You were kind of on to something with that replacement thing, but sort of. But they're here. And under provisional rules, under the rules that we've changed, and what you weren't paying attention to because you were too busy worrying about Tyler Cherry and worrying about Rachel. But we have these new provisions that say that they can get provisional voting, and they'll walk in, and you can count all the votes all you want. Paper, digital, whatever you want. Sorry, Dinesh D'Souza. No 2000 mule train or whatever the hell it is. None of that. Fair and square. Now you know why they're here. And we're going to have a permanent Democratic Party. We're going to get rid of the filibuster. We're going to make D.C. the 51st state. And we're going to be the permanent majority party thanks to what we did. Now you can close the borders if you'd like. Go ahead. We've got all the numbers we need. Oh, and by the way, we also have them strategically placed in certain key parts of the country that are important and critical for recalibrating and reassessing and reestablishing new congressional districts because we have new population changes. And they were strategically placed. You, the Martinez family, Duluth. You, the Pedrero family, you're going to Arkansas. We're just going to move you around. And they're just glad to be here, and they will vote Democrat or else. They know how to keep a promise, and they know how to show their gratitude. So you can say all you want about this. You can laugh at this. You can say, isn't it great? Look what he wrote. Yeah. Look, in 2015, he did some of these terrible things about cops or about Israel, about this, whatever. It doesn't matter. It's a distraction. It's too late. It doesn't matter. We have 135 days until the election. Every Republican should be, sure, go ahead. The president's entitled to pick anybody he wants. And if he's qualified, so be it. We stand for qualifications. We don't want anybody to be ruled ineligible because of their sexual proclivity. Now, if something that they think philosophically or otherwise were to impair their ability to make sound judgments, that's another story. But I'm living in a dream world because what I wish would happen will never happen. And the reason why is because it makes sense. Now comment as you see fit.